Get ready to the countdown.
Tahniah, siaran langsung ini dibawakan khas kepada anda oleh Akademi Youtuber Malaysia, sebuah inisiatif EDIDIK Malaysia dan KELAB Guru Malaysia. Tumpukan perhatian anda, siaran langsung akan bermula sebentar lagi. Link sijil akan diberikan di hujung siaran ini. Pastikan diisi dalam tempoh yang ditetapkan. Terima kasih.
Hi, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and a very good day, good morning to all viewers. Okay, I am Cikgu Hana. All right, so this morning I am going to share with you creativity in language teaching. All right, and this session is actually brought to you by Akademi Youtuber and EDIDIK Malaysia, as well as KELAB Guru Malaysia. Okay, a little bit of my feedback. Hold on. Okay, since this is all-in-one task, so I am doing solo. All right, so I am the control host and I am also the presenter. And then I am also the moderator. So bear with me. I hope there won't be any technical error, okay, throughout our 1 hour session today. All right, a little bit of my background. I am Nurul Hana Hussein. My bachelor degrees is on pedagogy and English language as a second language from USA. And then I have masters in instructional technology from University Malaya. All right, my teaching experience started in 1990. I was posted in SMK Kuala Kubu Baru. And then my second school was in SMK Teguh Ampuan Rahimah Klang. My third school is SMK Section 9 Shah Alam. And then I furthered my study in University Malaya. After that, I joined IPG. I was posted to IPG Campus Bahasa Melayu from 2009, end of 2009 until now. All right. Okay. What are the objectives of our lesson today? All right. So the objectives, there are 3. The first one is to clarify the meaning of creativity in language teaching. And then the second one is to discuss the purpose for being creative in language teaching. And the third one is to share some online and offline sources to be used in teaching listening, speaking, reading, and writing skills. All right. Okay, let me see. Okay, so I hope you are able to hear me. Can you let me just type? All right. So can you hear me? If you can hear me, you could write at the chat box over there that you could hear me. All right. Okay, before I proceed on further, okay, let me. Okay, since this is my first time going solo, so I still need to wait for your response. If you can hear me, then I will proceed. If you cannot hear me, then I have to look at the technical errors going on, if there is any. All right. Okay. Okay, yeah. Okay, good. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, dear Tashvin and Shafika Nasuha. Not all right. Thank you. Okay, I move on. So what is creativity? Einstein says creativity is intelligence having fun. So your brain is having fun, so you become creative. Right, next. Creativity, according to Earl Nightingale, creativity is a natural extension of our enthusiasm. All right, so if we are enthusiastic, so naturally we it is the phenomenon of the creativity itself. All right, okay. So creativity is what others don't see. We could see what others don't see. Hold on, yeah, let me hide this thing at the bottom. Okay, and creativity is also the ability to create something new. Okay, now we always hear people say that think out of the box. So that is creativity. However, look at the next quote. Instead of thinking outside the box, we just get rid of the box. Why should we confine ourselves in the box and then force ourselves to think outside of the box? All right. So this is according to Deepak Chopra. Okay, a very wise man. All right. And if you want creative workers, give them enough time to play. So, in other words, if you want to be a creative person, yes, you have to be playful sometime. You know, give yourself some time to think, to read, and to befriend with the nature. Okay, so that your minds would be fresh, and ideas will come, will flow naturally. Okay, now why creativity is important in language teaching. All right, first we want to make learning fun. Okay, and then we also want to make learning engaging. Third, to make learning more effective and meaningful. And fourth one, this is very important. The fourth one, the point is to allow students to be able to be creative in solving problems. Okay. Solving problem or problem solving is a skill which is on top of priority required from the youngsters nowadays. All right, so we need to be creative so that we could help to solve problems. Okay. All right. In the meantime, when I am presenting, if you have any questions, all right, feel free to write in the comment box. Okay. All right. What is the purpose of creativity in language teaching? According to Professor Jack Richards from Cambridge University, okay, he says that creativity, there are two dimensions. Number one is product, and number two is process. Okay, so normally the product of creativity would be, your assignment or probably a model, an activity conducted in class, whereby the process is your action in achieving the end product, okay, which the results of creativity. All right. Professor Richards also says that creativity leads to these four things. All right. First one, creativity leads to the ability to solve problems. Then the second one, creativity leads to the ability to see new meaning and make connections. All right. So you look at certain things from a different perspective, and then you make connections the new things with your existing knowledge. Okay, so you are connecting the dots basically. And then the third is creativity leads to the ability to see the relationship between the original and the imaginative thoughts and ideas. All right. First one, you solve problem. Second, you make connections. And then the third, you see the relationship. And the final one is creativity leads to the ability to use the imagination and past experience to create a new learning possibilities. And then I need to emphasize that creativity does not necessarily come from teachers. Okay, so teachers could facilitate because students or youngsters, they have lots of ideas. So teachers, we just facilitate the creativity in the classroom and let the students become creative and share their ideas. All right. So how to become creative? Okay, 3 points given here. Of course, there are a lot more points. All right. But 3 points given here is when you have a positive mind, okay, most likely you will become creative because negative mind will not be productive. Okay. And then when you are in a positive environment, when you are among the positive people, when you can feel the positive vibes around you, of course, it would be easier for you to think creatively and have new ideas. Just imagine if you are in a group of friends who are very positive thinking and who are exuberant, have the energy to brainstorm, share ideas. So, most likely, you would also become creative. And then, of course, the third point is having the right attitude. So, the right attitude is important. If you don't have the right attitude, then of course, it would be very difficult for you to become creative. All right. And let me see. All right. And then next is okay. Now, to become creative, we need to have knowledge. Okay, we need to have knowledge. We need to read, we need to do some research. All right, and we also need motivation. Okay, when you have motivation, so how to get the motivation? Then be around positive people. Okay, surrounded by positive environment uh, and the drive, so that this environment can drive you to become positive and as a result being creative. Okay, and then you have to have a high imagination, and then of course healthy mind, sound mind, and then the right attitude. Just now, you are not lazy to brainstorm, you are not lazy to generate new ideas, and you have vision, and above all, you uh, try to get the inspiration from others, from books, from people, from watching videos, okay, educational videos, and in the end, you will become the source of inspiration whereby you would inspire other people. Okay, um, next. All right, what do we need to consider? Now, we have all the energy, we have all the positive vibes, and then there are few things that we need to consider so that we could integrate creativity and language teaching. Okay, first of all, back to basic. Maslow's hierarchy of needs. You need to do front end analysis. You need to be aware the physiological needs of your students. Okay, now that most of the classes are conducted online, so you need to know whether your students have access to the internet, whether they have the devices, okay? And then all these needs, the safety needs, the love and belonging, esteem, and finally self-actualization. So if you could at least provide, if not 100%, probably 50%, or maybe less to some extent, it would help you to understand um, how creative you could be to cater for all different kinds of students in your class. All right. Okay, next, of course, again back to basic, Bloom's taxonomy. All right, so you want to decide whether you want the students to recall or remember the information, whether you want the students to understand ideas or concepts, or whether you want the students to use the information and apply it in a new way, or you want the students to be able to distinguish between or to differentiate A from B, or you want the students be able to evaluate or to justify a stand or a decision, and probably you want the students to be able to create a new product, a new ideas, to construct, to develop something. Okay, so these are the things that you need to consider before you embark or you decide on the kinds of creativity that you want to include in your language classroom. Okay. All right, so I can see that, okay, Mahanom is here. Teacher Idayu, thank you. Datin Padlun, all right, thank you for being here. Okay, next would be another things to consider. Okay, Miss Chia, thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for supporting Cikgu Hana. All right, so the next thing is the 6C, right, by Michael Fullan. Okay, the 60s of education, you want the students to have the 60s. Okay, the 60s are character building, citizenship, collaboration, communication, creativity, and critical thinking. So whatever creative ideas or creative way in delivering a subject, a course, you need to consider how, okay, and how to do and what to do, all the WHY, uh, all the WH questions. All right. So you want to, first of all, you want to know your students, and then you want to be able to design the objective of what you want the students to learn, and then try to look at the methods or the strategies that you want to embed or include in your teaching and learning in the classroom. Okay. Now, another thing to consider, this is from McCrindle. If you type McCrindle differences of generation in Google, so you could actually see lots of tables, all right, by McCrindle. So I want you to focus on generation Z or Z, oops, and generation, let's see, previous. Okay, and generation Alpha. Okay, I belong to Generation X because I was born in 1968 and my age range is from 41 to 55. All right, 52 to be exact. All right, but our students in schools, their age, Generation Z and Generation Alpha. Generation Z is the age from 11 to 25, and Generation Alpha is under 11 years old. All right. So whether the students in IPG, you would be in Generation Z, and students in schools, some of you would be in Generation Z, and some of you are Generation Alpha. So I want you to look at the leadership style at the bottom here. Generation Z is empowering. So how you design your instruction would have to make the students, you have to empower the students to uh, decide on their own learning. Okay, so meaning that this type of generation, they like being empowered. However, generation Alpha is inspiring. Okay, they like to inspire others. They like to take the lead so that they could inspire others. So, as compared to Generation X, which is my generation, is coordinating. So, my generation would prefer to coordinate things, whereby Generation Y likes to give guidance. Okay, like I think like a teacher EDIU would be in Generation Y, I guess, right? You are still young, all right? So you like to guide your students or other people so that they would be able to understand and do whatever task that is given to them. Okay, so those are the 4 things that you need to consider before you start to think of how creative you could be in language teaching. All right. So, okay, I am going to touch on creativity, specifically on listening skills, speaking skills, reading skills, and writing skills. Thank you, Madam Aisa. Thank you for supporting and being here. And yes, please subscribe my channel. Thank you, Madam Aisa. Okay. Uh, all right. These 4 skills: listening skills, speaking skills, reading skills, and writing skills. These are the common skills that not only English, Bahasa Melayu, or whatever languages that you learn. Okay, these 4 skills are the main thing that you need to teach and learn. Okay, some sharing. I took this from 5 Fun Ways to Teach Listening by Maria Konka. I've given the link, International House Journal of Education and Development. Okay, she suggested that when you teach listening skills, how to teach listening skills creatively, so you let the students listen and then play. Okay, depending on the age of your students, if you are teaching a primary school, so or even preschool, and then secondary school, or even tertiary education, the word play can be upgraded to something which is suitable for the age group. Okay, so you could let the students listen and then play. For example, if a preschool, maybe play with Play-Doh, listen to instruction and then play. All right, and then listen to instruction and then make. All right, make something. For example, a model, or listen to a discussion and then try to make something out of the gist of what they have listened. All right, and then listen and respond. So teachers could let the students respond to what they have heard, and then listen and guess, and finally listen and tell. All right, so these list of suggestions, right, you could let the students decide what they want. Okay, tell the students that, all right, okay, I have listed these 5 things, activity, so choose which one they would want to do. So let them have the ownership of their own learning. Let's say different students want to do different things. By all means, make them, put them in groups, and then they could do according to groups, and then you could let them um, display or share with the whole class after the activity is done. All right. Um, thank you, Puan Sharifah. Thank you, Puan Hairin. And thank you, Arshad, for um, being here and supporting my session. Okay. Now, um, okay. Teaching listening skills. Of course, before this, we are used to teach offline, all right? And to teach something online is beyond our imagination, I think 10 years ago. But just in time learning, because of this COVID-19 and the CMCO, the MCO, then we were forced, all right, to use technology because there was no other way, okay, to reach out to the students, um, to teach them online. All right, so there are a few ways that we could do to teach listening online and offline, of course. Okay, so you could let the students listen to a story and then predict, or you can ask the students to sketch the final scene. And then, or you could ask the students to listen to an advertisement, play the advertisement and then reverse the advertisement. This is for an advanced students, all right, to be able to reverse the advertisement. Um, for example, if the advertisement says something about product A, so when you reverse the advertisement, you say something bad about product A, which is not good, but it would generate their critical thinkings. Okay, and then listen to a song and discuss the possibility before and after. The possibility of what? Depending on the lyrics of the songs. Okay, the gist, the meaning of the lyrics of the song. So discuss if the song is about is about friendship, all right, a long lost friendship, or the failure and in something. So you could discuss before and after the song, or you could also when you listen or when you watch videos, people singing, all right, you could also ask the students to think what probably how the singer choose their or his or her clothing, okay, before performing um this the what do you call that, the show. All right, okay, so you could let students choose, give them the ownership of their own learning. So this is a constructivist from constructivist point of view, whereby you give the students ownership of their own learning so that they could make connections of the existing knowledge with the new knowledge. And remember, I talked to you earlier on that whatever it is, when we integrate creativity in language teaching, the end uh, the end result would be for the students to be able to solve problems. Okay, all right, next. Okay, this is, I'm not sure whether you have tried this, Randall's ESL Cyber Listening Lab. Have you tried? If you have tried, can you write in the comment box that you have tried this with your students? So if there are live broadcasts and then they are graded, the listening activity is graded to easy, intermediate, and difficult. Okay, and then there are quizzes that students can take, and then there are also vocabulary lessons, ESL vocabulary lessons, and so on. All right, so you could use Randall's ESL Cyber Listening Lab to ask the students to listen, but you have to be selective. You have to know your students' performance or the proficiency level to suit with their ability or the proficiency. All right. So if the proficiency is low, then you choose the easy ones. And the topics also, when you click on Randall's ESL Cyber Listening Lab, you have to carefully choose the topic because some of the topics is not what you call that, suitable with our culture. All right, because the Western culture, they are very free, but as compared to our Asian culture, there are certain limits that we have. There are certain boundary, okay, that we have to abide by. All right, according to customs and a religious belief. All right, okay. So has any one of you used Randall's ESL Cyber Listening Lab? I did not see any comment in the comment box. Okay, if you have not tried, so I assume that you haven't tried. So if you have not tried, you can explore. Okay, most I give these exercises to my students so that they could exercise the listening skills, because the listening text would be followed by comprehension questions, listening comprehension questions. Okay, next I want to, oops. Okay, let me see, hold on, yeah. Okay. Next is TED Ed. Okay. Teaching listening skills creatively using TED Ed. Has anyone tried TED Ed? TED Ed is, if you have heard TED Talk, okay, TED Talk is a community where people share speeches about motivation, about personal life experiences. But TED Ed is the branch of TED Talk, whereby it is catering for education. Okay, so if you have tried of TED Ed, it is very good. If you haven't tried, you should. All right. So there are for students, there are, what do you call that, functions for students, functions for educators, and functions for parents. All right. And then because I don't think I have the time, do I have the time to share with you? Let me see. If I could share with you, okay. All right. This is a sentence mode I gave to my class last semester. All right. So in sentence mode, so when you use TED Ed, the design of TED Ed is you let the students watch, okay? You let the students watch a video, and then you ask the students to think First of all, of course, you need to set the stance or set the question what you want the students to do. All right. So the task, okay. So this is the task I've already written on top of this video, and then so the students would watch, and then the students would need to think. So I give them questions. What are the 4 types of sentence mood? And then they would answer. And then another questions. What is the significance of knowing and using sentence mood? And then they would answer. You could add more questions if you want. And then they would dig deeper. In dig deeper, you give them all other resources. All right. You give them notes or other resources, links if you want, and then you have a discussion forum. Okay, so if you can see here, there are 45 responses from my students, and then finally you draw a conclusion. So this is TED Ed, where students would be able to watch, to think, and then dig deeper, discuss, and finally draw a conclusion. Okay. Okay. All right. So let's move on. It's okay. I'm going to take a break. I'm going to play a commercial. So I will resume after the commercial. All right.
Tuition online percuma. Tuition online percuma. Layari www.Akademi Youtuber bagi mengikuti tuition online secara percuma. Prasekolah, sekolah rendah, sekolah menengah, semua ada di Akademi Youtuber. Rujuk jadual di laman sesawang www.akademiyoutuber.com. Semoga masa terluang anak-anak anda diisi dengan sebaiknya. Tuition online percuma, mestilah Akademi Youtuber. Tuition online percuma.
Okay. All right. Next, just now we have covered teaching listening. Now teaching speaking creatively. All right. So you can get lots of ideas from Pinterest.com. Okay. So you just go to Pinterest.com and then sign up, and then you type, how to teach speaking creatively, and there are a lot of what do you call that, prompts, ideas that other teachers share. You could also share your own ideas in Pinterest.com. It's a community. All right. So, and then, okay, you could use these conflict scenarios, for example, to as a prompt for the students to speak up. Okay, I give you an example here. A classmate wrote a rude comment about you and your notebook. How do you work it out? Okay, so you could also use this. Students can pick whichever scenario that they want, or you could pick one day one scenario you put up in the classroom wall, or that is if offline, yeah, but if online, of course, probably in the Google Classroom that we normally use. Okay, and then there is also another source shared by another teacher. So describe your routine. You are a famous politician. So you pretend that you are a famous politician and then just describe your routine. And then Next is if you are a famous actor and so on. So these are ideas that you could use creatively, okay, to teach speaking with the students. And of course, as I told you just now, at the end of the day, we want the students to be able to solve problems, because these scenarios is problem solving. All right. So that is the aim of creativity. That is the the purpose of being creative in the classroom that I want you to hang on to. All right. We don't just be creative because we want to be creative, but there is a purpose of being creative. All right. Okay. Now, flip grade. Have you used flip grade? You could respond in the chat section if you have used flip grade. If you are a student, have your lecturer or teacher used flip grade with you? Or if you are a teacher, have you used flip grade with your students? Okay, I'm going to bring you to my class flip grade. Okay, so this is the flip grade. Okay, I have 18 students in my class, and I started recording. Okay, I started and I give them the task that they need to do. Okay, and then they would, let me see, they would respond, okay, by recording the response using Flipgrid. Okay, and it is easy because students just record the response over here. Just click here and record the response. Let's say you want to give feedback to the students, all right? For example, look at this student of mine. If you look at the
Assalamualaikum
feedback,
warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
okay,
My name is Muhammad
his
Denahika
friends,
Beroslaidi. Okay, first of all, I will look.
all right, and then the friends responded to what he says. And what is interesting about Flipgrid is you could activate the closed caption, all right, so that the students know whether they say it right or not. Okay, for example, I would like to thank you very much to
I would like to thank you very much to the party that organized the competition for give me a chance to join the contest. Okay, first of all, it's been a long time for my family to not go for a vacation. I hope I can win this contest.
Okay, so meaning
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi.
this contest, but the caption, you know, read it as Santa Monica. This contest, the caption read it as Santa Monica. So meaning that my name is Mood. Actually Muhammad. No, Santa Monica is actually Assalamualaikum. Okay. Here's Assalamualaikum and become Santa Monica. So meaning, you know, the caption would help the students to realize whether they have mispronounced or they pronounce it correctly or wrongly. Okay, so this is one application that you could use. Yes, teacher Fiza, correct. Flipgrid, good for listening and speaking activity. Yes, and then another thing is Flipgrid. You could also remember the 6 C's I mentioned just now. Collaborative is one of it. So you could collaborate Flipgrid with other students from other countries. Okay, because when you sign up to Flipgrid as an educator, you could, you know, join other teachers' Flipgrid and, you know, ask whether your students can join their class so that there would be collaborative learning, okay, with your students with the students from other countries. Okay. Okay, next is teaching reading creatively. Okay. I got this idea from a workshop that I attended. Okay, the instructor asked us to read a text in different mood. Okay, this is just, sometimes when you are teaching in the afternoon, where the students had just taken their lunch and their eyes started to droop, and they feel tired and sleepy. Okay, you could add some fun by asking the students to read out loud as if they are angry, or as if they are sad, or as if they are happy, as if they are frustrated, and as if they are excited. So you could ask the students to read in a different mood, okay, to add colors to reading activity. And you could also use graphic organizer, okay, to impart or to make sure that they understand what they have read. So they put what do you call that? They make some analysis when they read, and then they put the right main ideas into the right boxes or columns that you have prepared for them. Okay, and then next, this is a checklist, reading comprehension strategy checklist, which you could use. You could ask the students to use their background knowledge. Okay, and this is also I took from Pinterest.com. Okay, there are lots of ideas that you could find in Pinterest.com for education. Okay, and then ask questions, identify author's purpose. You could ask whether did the author write the text to inform, to entertain, or to persuade. So when they differentiate, okay, they are actually analyzing the text. So this is, you are actually embedding the higher order thinking skills, okay, and you're teaching and learning in the classroom, or of course in the virtual classroom now, because we use Google Meet, right? Okay, you could also distinguish facts and opinions, facts and details. I remember when I was teaching in school, I used newspaper in education a lot. So I asked the students to differentiate news from issues. Okay, so they just read the headlines and then they choose which are news and which are issues. Okay, so they would also do some differentiation, compare and contrasting. Okay, and then you could also use the advertisement. Use the advertisement and then categorize the advertisement into similarities and differences. Okay, or with whatever product that you want to categorize. For example, the health product, uh, um, besides health product, there are also what product for household product. Okay, you could ask them to categorize. So that is reading activity. Okay, next. All right. This one I took from busyteacher.org. So this is after reading activity. So you ask the students to expand the text. For example, the text is very short and you ask them to add descriptive words. Okay, add some adjectives to the nouns. Add some adverbs to the verbs so that the sentences would become longer and more interesting. Or you could also ask the students to reduce the text. Okay, summarize main ideas, okay, and only use the introduction paragraph and the concluding paragraph. Or you could also ask students to reconstruct the text, rearrange the sequence. For example, it was told in a sequence manner, and then you ask the students whether they could reconstruct the text using or rearrange the sequence using their own ideas. Okay, whether it is possible or not. Or you could also let the students transform the text. They read the text and transform it into a poem. Read the text, transform it into a song, or news, or letter, or probably an email. All right. And then you could also ask the students to react to the text. You have some debate or discuss a small group discussion, or you could have a forum session based on the text. So these are the enrichment activity that you could use creatively in teaching reading. Okay. And you could do this, you could group them, and one group take one task, or you could also ask them to choose, okay, which activity that they want to do. All right. Okay. Next. Okay. Have you tried read theory? When you teach reading, read theory is the portal allow students to read and think critically. They would be able to know their reading comprehension level. Okay, it is a free portal actually. Okay, let me show you. Let's see. Let me show you. Do we have time? Let me see. All right. Okay, this is the portal, and okay, you need to sign up, and then there is teachers launch where you could meet other teachers, and then let me see. Hold on, yeah. I did not. Oh, okay. I did not give you the link to my class. Okay, let me do it one more time. Okay, when I log in, let's see, log in with Google. Okay, this is the class, my class that I had used this. Let's say I choose, let me see. So the students would do by themselves. I would give them the link. Of course, you need to create new class. All right, you create new class, and then this one F1, and then I have 3 classes, F4 and F7. So you create new class, and then you ask them to do the comprehension exercises given, so that they would be able to know their progress. Okay, for example, this is the progress report. Okay, you are able to see that, okay, my students, this class, okay, Yana has reached 1076 points. Okay, all right. So let me show you. Let me show you one student. Okay. Okay, this is the progress level that they could see. If they are at the bottom, it is called luminary. Okay. Next level, they are the orienteer. Next level, they are the tactician. Next level, they are the analyst. Next level, they are the innovator. And then move on to naturalist up to theorist. Okay, they need to complete all these comprehension exercises to be able to reach theories. All right. So this is one way that the students you could let the students do remotely, remotely, so that they would be able to know the level of comprehension that they have. Okay. And you could you could look at the students' progress, and then you could record the screen and show them, okay, this is your progress and I expect you to do more, and so on. Okay, of course, this is based on this portal is I think US based, and you could use it for free, but you have to sign up, and email will be given to you, the report, and so on. Okay. All right. I'm not sure whether you have tried readtheory.org before. Have you tried? Can you write in the comment section if you have? And would you like to try? Okay. Next would be the teaching writing. Okay. So this is the last part, teaching writing. This is also taken from Pinterest.com. So this is for primary school students. So you could roll a dice. Okay, you could roll a dice. You know that there is a roll a dice online. You could share the roll a dice in the Google Meet, and then you could use it for the students to roll a dice. Okay, so or you could hold the dice and show the students that you roll it, okay, the original dice, and roll it, and then let them pick, okay, which one. So if a roll a story, number one is a happy alien. The problem is loses their little brother, and then the setting is on the moon. So they need to write a story according to the setting given in the what do you call that, in this chart. Or you could also go across a happy alien gets stuck in a fire. Where? At a school. All right. Okay. So that is one idea. All right. Another idea is use writing prompts. Okay. You have lots of writing prompts that you could use. This is also taken from Pinterest.com. And of course, you need to you know, because this is taken from the internet. Number 18 is a life after divorce. Of course, it is not probably not suitable, okay, for the students in school. So you need to change, pick something which is, pick prompts which are relevant to your students. Okay. And then 30-day writing challenge for kids. Okay, so there are 30 prompts or 30 challenges that the students can take up, or you could also ask them to do every other day. Okay, and or you could divide this 30-day writing challenge to the whole classroom. Okay, so one student will take 2, or one student will take 1. All right, and then move on and change every day or every week. It depends on the situation, on how you want to go about doing it. Okay, but this at least give you ideas on what to write. Okay, and then of course you could also use chain writing, use 6 thinking hats approach. If you have not heard what 6 thinking hats approach by Howard Gardner, you could Google it. All right, and you could see that Six Thinking Hats approach is also a creative way in letting students write. And then you could also use Flip Snack or any Flip for ebook. Yeah, they could write in the ebook, or newsletter template from a Microsoft Publisher or MS Words if you want to do the task offline. Okay, if let's say this is also I have done this before, site visit and report writing. When I was teaching in SMK section 9, we have this special education classes in the premise of the school. So I brought my form 4 students at that time to go and visit and interview the special education kids and then write a report. Okay, so this is something that you take them outside of the classroom, but within the premise of the school, and they could write something about it. Or you could also ask the students to conduct an actual survey. This one also I have done when I was teaching Form 5 in school, whereby I asked the students, we designed the questionnaire together in class, and then we divide the task. One group would collect the questionnaires, the other group would write a report and then present the findings during assembly, and if possible give them a certificate, all right, for the effort. Okay, so I think we have come near to the end of our session. Okay, let me see. So we have we achieved our objectives today? Our objective today was to clarify the meaning of creativity in language teaching. I have done that. All right. So creativity in language teaching is not merely meant to having fun, but it serves for a purpose, so that you want the students to be able to be creative in solving problems. What problems, whatever challenges that they have in their life. Okay. And then to discuss the purpose for being creative in language teaching, also I have covered that up. And to share online and offline sources in teaching listening, speaking, reading, and writing skills. I hope I have also covered that up. Okay, so let's wrap it up. Now, let me see. This is my channel. Okay, so I hope you would be kind enough, okay, to subscribe my channel. Okay, and then you could also share and ask your friends to subscribe. These are the videos available. There are a lot other videos, but these are the videos for English language. Okay, English made easy with Cikgu Hana that you could use. Okay, we in Akademi Youtuber, we prepared all these videos so that teachers all over Malaysia would be able to use them this year or next year, or as long as the videos are there and relevant for you to use, you could use our videos. Okay, free of charge, of course, because we do it willingly and voluntarily to help other teachers. Okay, because the tagline of Akademi Youtuber is hashtag kita bantu kita. Okay, teachers would help teachers. So we prepared, not only me, lots of my colleagues or my friends in Akademi Youtuber prepared lessons from preschool until pre-universities. Okay. Okay, thank you so much for being with me. Okay, Teacher Syed, thank you for being here. Okay, Teacher Sharifah, Teacher Fiza, Miss Chia, who else is here? Thank you, Madam Aisha, Alia Kaisara. I want to mention all the names: Suhara, Arshad, Sharifah Nursia, Kak Pa, Sharifah Said, Kairin, who else? Shirley, and then, okay, okay, Mardia Shaira, Tashvin, Shafiqah, Nasuha, Nat. Okay, if I have not mentioned your name, I am really sorry, but thank you for being with me. So that's the end of my all-in-one task. So if, let's say, you would want to come back to this video, you could always rewatch and get the tips from my sharing session. Okay, that's the end of my sharing today. Thank you so much. I would also like to extend my gratitude. Oh, I forgot. There is a link for Sijil, ya. Hold on, ya. Let me try to give you the link for ECJL. Okay, EDIDIK is kind enough to give me. Hold on. Let me give you the link for the certificate. Okay. Okay. So this is the link to the certificate. So you could, but you have to use EDIDIK account only. I am really sorry. And the code access is, let me see, CJL code access. Is there any code access? Let me see. Let me see, yeah. Okay, this is all given to me. Okay, those are given to me. Link CJL. Okay, there is. Hold on. Oh, code access. Hashtag kelas AYU EDIDIK. That is code access. Kelas AYU. Hashtag kelas AYU EDIDIK. Okay. So hashtag kelas AYU EDIDIK. All capital letters. All right, all capital letters. Kelas AYU EDIDIK. Hashtag kelas AYU EDIDIK. All capital letters. And if, let's say, you don't have EDIDIK account, you can always apply your EDIDIK account. Hold on, I give you the link. Hold on. Okay, this is the link to your EDIDIK account. For teachers, you could also apply for EDIDIK account, and for students, also you could apply for EDIDIK account. Okay, there are different. Okay, you could. Oh yeah, you could go to Akademi www.akademiyoutuber to get your EDIDIK account email. All right, so that you could get access to what do you call that, the certificate. Okay, I think that's about it, my sharing for today. Thank you so much for being with me. I think that's about it. Thank you again. Bye bye.
Alah, apa ni? PKPB lagi. SPM pula ditangguhkan. Jenuhlah nak bayar yuran tuition. Pernah dengar tentang tuition percuma? Kami di Akademi Youtuber menyediakan tuition online secara percuma kepada anda semua. Ada prasekolah, sekolah rendah, sekolah menengah, SDPM juga untuk matrikulasi. Percuma je. Jom layari laman sesawang www.akademiyoutuber.com.
Dibawakan kepada anda oleh Akademi Youtuber.